One of the best-selling products on Etsy is a product that most Etsy sellers will never successfully sell. Not because demand isn't there, not because the product doesn't work, but because most sellers simply don't have a realistic way to compete. Meanwhile, some Etsy shops are quietly selling thousands of these every single year. So what's the difference? Well, the difference, it's access. The sellers dominating, well, they already have it, but most Etsy sellers don't. And that's exactly why this opportunity gets overlooked by so many Etsy sellers. Today, I'm going to show you one of my favorite Etsy product opportunities, what's working right now, and how some shops are quietly generating thousands of sales every single year. We'll cover what's selling, designs, photos, pricing, and overall strategy behind some of the top performing shops in the market so you understand exactly what's working today. And the best part, unlike many Etsy products, you can maintain much stronger profits without spending countless hours creating complex designs with this item. So with all of that being said, let's jump into one of the best product opportunities on Etsy. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jesse Anselm, and I've sold over 430,000 print products on Etsy. Now, one of the most exciting opportunities I've seen after making all of these sales is with the 40-ounce Stanley-style tumbler. Now, it's not that sellers aren't aware of how well this product performs on Etsy, it's simply that they just don't have a realistic way to compete. So not only am I going to show you how to access this opportunity, I'm going to show you exactly how successful shops are approaching this product in 2026. Now, as we jump into this blueprint, there are 4 key areas you need to understand in order to be successful with this product. The first area is demand. Where are buyers actually spending their money, aka what are they looking for and what are they buying? Number 2 is designs. We need to understand the attributes and design structure behind all of these best sellers. Number 3, photos. We'll look at style, theme, and focus that top sellers have in their listings to properly align with the customer. And then number 4, we'll cover pricing, the major thing that keeps 99% of sellers out of this market, and how you can realistically obtain double-digit margins on each sale you make with the proper product access. At the end of this video, I'll provide a complete game plan for getting started with this product inside of your own Etsy shop. So let's start with demand and see where the opportunity actually sits inside of the 40-ounce tumbler market. All right, so the demand for the 40-ounce tumbler market can predominantly be broken down into 3 major categories of search. Now, these 3 major categories of search make up for about 80 to 90% of sales that happen within the 40-ounce market. So search category number 1 is the category of people. Now, when I say people, I want you to think of moms, grandmas, mimis, Gigi's, nanas, dads, grandpas, papas, aunts, uncles, the list goes on and on. Now, the beauty of these recipients is you get both the seasonal and evergreen side of search. So you have the year-round gifting for things like birthdays, but you also get huge seasonal uptick during Mother's Day, Father's Day, and Christmas, where sales go off the charts. Now, the next major search category is the category of professions. So when I say professions, I want you to think of teachers, nurses, the healthcare space, service professionals, creatives, entrepreneurial roles. The gold sits within these main titles. So for teachers, you can think of art teacher, science teacher, math teacher. You can think of nurses with NPs, RNs, LPNs. You can think of hairstylists, school counselors, the list goes on. There's tons and tons of professions and so much to leverage within that one search category. And then last but not least, you have events. Now you can pretty much have a 40-ounce tumbler for any event out there, but some of the main ones that you want to focus your time and attention on would be the 4th of July, Mother's Day, Teacher Appreciation Week, Nurse Appreciation Week, wedding season, and Christmas. So if you are to properly leverage these 3 major categories of search, you'll be isolating yourself again where about 80 to 90% of all of the search volume sits for the 40-ounce tumbler market. All right, so moving into designs for the 40-ounce tumbler market, there are 2 specific components that we want to focus a lot of time and attention on. One is the structure. So how are 40-ounce tumbler designs structured? Are they full wraps? Do they go front and back? Do they run vertical, horizontal? It's really important to anchor down how these bestsellers are structuring their designs. Now, secondary to that, and maybe even more important, is the key design attributes, or KDAs. What are the elements of designs that these bestsellers use over and over and over again that we want to incorporate into our designs? So starting off with structure, one thing I want to note right out of the gate is the typical design structure for a 40-ounce tumbler is a front and back design. So if I'm holding out the 40-ounce tumbler right here, there would be a design on one side and usually the same design or personalization on the other, versus what you might see in other markets with full wraps or top to bottom coverage. And the reason for this is the handle produces some limitations to the full wrap as well as the angle of the tumbler. So overall, what you're going to see time and time again with these bestsellers is, again, these front and back designs for the structure. Now, secondary to that is the key design attributes. And we're going to jump straight into these because these are very, very important. So key design attribute number one is personalization. Now, personalization can be utilized in a lot of different ways, whether that's the recipient's name, kids' names, dog names, pet names, whatever it may be. There's a lot of ways to utilize personalization depending on the micro market. Now, next we have floral or watercolor. You can use these together or separate from one another, but again, I try to group this just to conserve some time here. So with the floral, you're going to see things like wildflowers and bouquets. With watercolor, you're going to see that inside of the floral as well as text or other elements out there. But one thing I want to note with the watercolor section is the form of colors you want to utilize typically on tumblers are not going to be these big, bold, contrasting colors. More often than not, you'll see those pastels, which is why the watercolors thrive across this entire market for the 40-ounce tumblers. Next, we have retro. Now, retro is a big design attribute inside of the 40-ounce market. You can see this all across text or even elements of design, just like those wildflowers, that kind of distressed look, or things like the vintage butterfly. You're going to see this time and time again, and it's a KDA you do not want to sleep on. Now, next on the list is photos. Now, photos are something you can incorporate into your designs on 40-ounce tumblers that evoke a lot of emotion. So in this example, you can see the grandma with the grandkids, and there's a lot of emotion behind these designs. Now, this helps really connect to the Etsy buyer, which is why this is a major key design attribute within this market and many others on Etsy. Now, moving into the final few key design attributes for now for the 40-ounce tumbler market, we have minimalist and line art. Now, when I say minimalist and line art, I want you to imagine simple type fonts, little hand-drawn hearts or icons. These little touches, even though they're small and minimal on purpose, make a massive impact in the Etsy market and work amazing on the 40-ounce tumblers. And then last but not least, we have coastal. Now, coastal works with that more retro and vintage vibe as well. But one thing I want to note with coastal is you'll see this often used on Etsy with like these stripes, or you'll see things like the margarita or the umbrella, the palm trees, any of these beachy vibes. This vintage coastal vibe is a big one on Etsy right now and should be definitely utilized in the 40-ounce tumbler market. All right, guys, make sure you stick around because in under 3 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how you can maintain over $10 profit per 40-ounce tumbler sold, all while matching bestseller price points. Next up is photos. So with photos, we want to understand the style, the theme, and the focus that bestsellers are doing in the markets on Etsy, which is resonating with the buyers properly. So one thing you'll notice when doing your research on these bestsellers is that there are two common themes that many bestsellers utilize inside of their listings to, again, connect with that ideal buyer on Etsy, which are retro and boho. Now, you can use these both separate from each other, but you can actually use them together, and let me show you how. So if you're looking at the boho look, boho is going to be across a lot of the imagery with the backgrounds, the style, the feel. You want that natural feel, that bright feel, that woven wood feel. You want that boho vibe across the board. Now, with that though, the retro complements this, and how you utilize retro is you actually utilize that for text and colors that you choose to do inside of your listing photos. So when you're emphasizing certain points, you can have specific colors and specific fonts that match that vibe together, where both retro and boho are now cohesive. Now, moving forward, we want to give the buyer scale. So what I mean by that is we want them to be able to see the size of the tumbler, having a model holding the tumbler. It gives them more of a real feel to the product rather than just having stock photos of just the item itself. When you bring a model in there, it gives it both scale and some realness to it, which is very important for that buyer to make the purchase. Next up, we have bite-sized info. Now, this is not just reserved for the 40-ounce market, but should absolutely be done here as well, which is delivering information in bite-sized formats. No one wants a paragraph of text on the photos when they're looking at your offer. They want to see things delivered in easy-to-understand things. When they glance at it, they immediately know. So things like, the comfort grip handle, fits in most cup holders, stainless steel. These are little bite-sized pieces that we can utilize all throughout our photo templates to deliver information that's needed without overwhelming the buyer. And then last but not least, an infograph, giving full details, full clarity. Since the 40-ounce tumbler has a lot of different pieces and components to that, we want to make sure we inform the buyer all in one place. Typically, we'll put this towards the end of the listing, so when they're digging in and trying to decide, is this tumbler right for me, they can see all of the details from BPA-free materials, splash-proof lid, double wall, comfort grip handle, 12 hours hot, 12 hours cold, fits in most cup holders. These questions that they're wanting answers on, we want to make sure we do group them in one spot and put that towards the end of the listing, so when they're digging in and looking for that further clarification, they can convert as a buyer. All right, so moving into what I believe is the most valuable portion of this entire opportunity, which is pricing. Now, with any product in the POD space, you must verify your price points from best sellers inside of that market before you even want to move into that space in the first place. It's a very costly mistake many sellers make. You could literally have the exact right products, meaning you have the products that are in demand. You have the best designs, you have the best photos, but if your product price points are $10 more expensive than the best sellers around you, you will far underperform. You will not get the clicks you want, and you will definitely not get the conversions you want, and you'll wonder what is going on. So with that being said, if you can actually verify, hey, these are price points from best sellers, and I can utilize these price points, without a shadow of a doubt, if you have the right products, if you have the right designs, if you have the right photos, you can absolutely make just as many sales, if not more, than the best sellers in that market. So what we want to do for the 40-ounce tumbler, and where you're going to really see the advantage here, is we want to understand what are the realistic bestseller price points. Now, the realistic range is somewhere between $27.99 and $29.99 for the product itself. So that's just the product, that's before shipping. Now, in this example I have for you right here, this is a very high volume seller right here. And again, they have price points that are just like other best sellers in the space. So you can see on the drop down when you go to tumbler size, you see their 20 ounce is $19.99 and their 40 ounce is $29.99. Now, if you scroll down further, you're going to see their shipping cost ranges between about $10 up to about $15, depending on where it's going in the United States, because they run a calculated shipping profile. So the average cost is right about $12.50 to make it fair and in the middle for this example. So if you look at these price points, we're just going to take the middle point of $27.99 and $29.99, so $28.99, and we're going to take the midpoint of $10 to $15 for the calculated shipping and put it right at $12.50, which gives us a total of $41.49. That is what this best seller is doing with this product and many others they have inside their shop, which gives us a very strong verified price point. So now what we want to do is we want to take that $41.49 and we want to compare it to fulfillment costs, because this is where it gets crucial. So when looking at these fulfillment costs through different providers that offer the 40-ounce tumbler, what you're going to see is the only option out there other than the alternative, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, is with Printify Premium. Now, Printify Premium is the cheapest mainstream provider for the 40-ounce tumbler, which is very expensive. This lands you in a range that is far too expensive to price correctly, but I want to break that down for you. So with Printify Premium in 2026, it is $39 a month. The fulfillment costs here with Printify Premium take you from $39.29 down to $28.47 if you do have Printify Premium, and then you have a shipping cost of $7.59. So you're looking at $36.06 with fulfillment with Printify Premium. Now, if you factor in the Etsy fees on that, which is utilizing the verified bestseller price point, you're looking at $4.57 in Etsy fees, which brings your total cost as a seller to get that one item fulfilled and sold to $40.63, which is far too expensive. That would leave you with a whopping 86 cents of profit before ads, which is just not realistic for you as a POD seller. So this is where we came in. And at Inner Circle Prints, we got you an unbeatable offer. This is the 40-ounce tumbler. Very premium quality. We're talking about the premium comfort grip. We have the premium lid and straw. You have a premium coating on there for vibrant graphics and durability. You have a very premium 40-ounce tumbler. And we're able to fulfill these for you for $13.99 with $8.99 shipping. That brings your total fulfillment cost to only $22.98. Now, if we factor in those same fees, those same Etsy fees of $4.57, it brings your total cost for fulfillment and the sale going through on Etsy to $27.55. Now, if you factor in those bestseller price points, you're looking at $13.94 profit, which is absolutely life-changing in the POD space. Now, I want you to imagine for a minute, if you're able to make just 3 sales a day with the 40-ounce tumbler utilizing these verified bestseller price points, I want you to ask yourself, how much profit could you make per month? How much profit could you make per year with just 3 sales a day? Of course, I want you to sell far more than 3 a day. I think that's very, very possible, but let's keep it small and realistic for now. Now, nothing is guaranteed here, but with this math of the bestseller price points and selling 3 of these per day, you're looking at over $1,200 a month profit and over $15,000 a year profit with the 40-ounce tumbler. This is exactly why I say this is one of the absolute best product opportunities in 2026. There is not another item out there that has this much demand and this much interest that can yield these type of margins in the POD space inside of 2026. All right, so with all of that being said, if you're wanting to leverage this product opportunity along with all of our other strategic product opportunities inside of Inner Circle Prints, this is your time to shine. So for a limited time, we're reintroducing back our $199 annual deal. What this looks like is you get an entire year of access and ICP for just $199. Now I'm gonna quickly run through what you actually get inside of ICP so you have clarity on that before we jump into the game plan. So first and foremost, you get weekly Q&A sessions with me. Now, this is exclusive specifically for annual members only. You get access to this strategic product type along with all others. We have about 20-ish strategic product types right now, and we're continuing to add to our catalog. You get access to monthly expert trainings with active 7-figure sellers. These are all live trainings with Q&A sessions following after. You get the product opportunity blueprint, which shows you exactly what 40-ounce tumblers you should be launching in your business. You get access to a 4.5-hour masterclass led from active 7-figure Etsy sellers building this product type from the ground up. You get access to our coaching calls archive and product trainings. That's over 50 hours of high-level training, all from 7- and 8-figure sellers. And of course, you get access to our community, which ranges all the way from beginners up to those 7-figure POD business owners. So if you are wanting to get access to that right now and leverage this deal, again, this is your time to shine. You can click the link below to secure your spot now inside of ICP, and I'll see you on the inside. All right, so I wanted to provide you with a game plan that I feel like is realistic and will really transform your business over the course of the next 6 weeks. So with this game plan, there's 3 main phases of it. Each phase has a specific intention behind it, and it's going to help you batch work things together to make you more efficient and more effective in growing your POD business. The goal is by the end of this 6-week transformation that you're actually at the 2, 3, 4, 5 sales a day range, which is going to bring a lot of momentum in for you and allow you to continue growing with this product type and eventually others. So first and foremost, with the game plan, phase 1 is the research and development phase. This is 2 weeks long, and you should really not overlook this phase. Many sellers will overlook the research and development. They might spend 1 or 2 days in this phase, maybe even half a week, but they really don't anchor down the concrete pieces that they need in order to be successful with the product type they're working on. So throughout these 2 weeks, you want to first and foremost access the product type blueprint inside of Inner Circle Prints. You're going to develop your key design attributes vision board so you can really understand designs in full. You're going to build out your photo templates in full so you have those ready to go. And you're also going to build out your pricing structure. Now, with these things in place, you now have the listing assets you need to apply your designs to and actually start getting listings up. But hold on, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We're now moving into phase number 2. Now, phase 2 of this is going to be another 2-week long sprint. Now, this is a design sprint. I found that my time in the POD space, along with many people I've coached and guided in the process of growing from 6 to even 7-figure businesses, this is so important to batch work. So you're going to batch work designs by focusing on about 3 to 5 a day for that 2-week period, which should yield about 50 designs by the end of the 2 weeks. From there, you're going to have a lot of momentum rolling. This is moving into phase 3, and this is where things get exciting. This is the launch sprint. So in this, you're going to launch about 3 to 5 listings per day, which is very tangible to do, which will allow you to achieve that 50 live listings by the end of the 6 weeks and really transform your POD business for the better. Now, the one nuance I do want to leave you with right here is that for some of you out there, you may have much more limited time. And if you do have more limited time, I'm saying, hey, extend this out a little bit. It might take you, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, even 10 weeks. But I can promise you this, you'll feel so much more momentum in your business. You'll have so much more clarity if you take each phase seriously and you double down, you stay focused, you don't get distracted. And again, by the end of that, whether it is 6 weeks in or it is 10 weeks in, you're going to see massive progress in your business. All right, guys, if you got some good value from this video, I encourage you to like and subscribe. I have another exclusive product training coming out next that's going to be centered around natural baby onesies as well as the natural toddler shirts. You're literally going to be able to double your output with every design you do. You do not want to miss it. So with all of that being said, I'll see you in the next video, and let's grow, baby!